What's up, guys? Welcome back to another weekly training review. This is training footage from 3 weeks out from the meet. So this is our first week of singles. At least that's the way it works out for me. But here on day one, we're starting off with our speed bench per usual. I think I had 4 sets on this day. So I hit 281 for the first couple triples, and then kind of felt like the bar speed was going down just a touch, so lightened up the weight for the remaining sets here. So I did 275 for 3 here, and 275 for the 4th set as well. And that's the main thing I'm looking at. I'm looking for what's heavy enough to where if I added any more, bar speed would slow down, but any lighter, like I'm just trying to ride that line, right? But singles for this day were deadlifts. This is last warm up at 518. So on the sheet I had 2 singles programmed at 545, but with an RPE 7.8. So that 545 moved super well. So we went ahead and went up to 568. And I think that, maybe that rode the line of an 8, but definitely within reason, right, of what the program was calling for. So all in all, super happy with where that deadlift ended. And just a back down double here at 507, and easy peasy. Up next, I had a 3x4, I believe it was, at 524. So squats were feeling pretty good on this day, if I recall. Not great, but that's normal. Lately when I'm squatting, all I think about is my feet. I just think on the way down, foot pressure, keep it completely balanced. Whatever I find to be my center of mass, or my, getting the weight over midfoot, I find it before I go down. And however that feels to me, and for me that's a little bit more biased towards the toe, is what my mind thinks of it as. I find that before I start the descent. And as I descend, the entire time I'm just trying to think about keeping that consistent. No shifting from front to back, or vice versa. I just want it sticking right on there. So when I hit the hole, I'm not slamming into it. Obviously, I'm trying to go in nice and controlled. And that way, as soon as I hit the bottom of the squat, I can just turn it on and push as hard as I can. And I don't need to think about any other technical stuff. So when it comes time to actually lift the weight, all I have to do is think about is being as strong or as explosive as I can. I mean, since I've been able to nail that down, it seems like my squat's been doing, I guess I should say it's been performing much more consistently. And it doesn't beat me up the same because I'm just able to stay on my quads and not rely on as much, hip and lumbar flexion to hit depth. This is day 2 benching, which is not exciting at all. 286 for sets of 5. I did the first couple sets here at 286, but per a conversation with my coach, I wanted to make sure we keep the RPE in check on this day. So I lowered the weight. Yeah, here we go. I lowered it to 281 on this set here. And let's see. If I remember, it still moved a little slower than what I was hoping for. So we drop it down again afterwards for the 4th and final set. Yeah, we dropped it down to 275. Bench was kind of in a funk here this whole week. It just didn't feel like I had my groove quite right. But I was thinking about it, and I was thinking I have from Monday to Friday is my volume day to like my heavy day. So I threw in this single at the end just to kind of have like one exposure to something a little bit heavier, if that makes sense, in between all that time, to kind of help bridge the gap. And it worked out pretty decently, as you'll see, after this one. But we have our squat single day, so this is day 3. This is the programmed weight at 474. So, but same thing as the deadlift. We had RPE 7-8 cap there, so we're trying to find where strength is at, in addition to taking something heavy to kind of peak strength. So we went up after that about to 485 here, and this one moved pretty much right on target. So the only difference between squat and deadlift is I was looking at 3 singles opposed to only 2. So on this third one, I thought, what the heck, going up 2.5 more kilos isn't going to kill anything. So we topped off squat singles this week at 490 pounds. And yeah, that moved pretty good. Again, closer to the 8 of the RPE 7-8, but still nothing to be upset about. Definitely in a really good spot going into the heaviest singles in the following week. These back down 440s actually felt really heavy. I guess that 490 took it out of me a little bit more than I realized, or maybe it's the, I guess kind of the adrenaline dump from getting up for, getting mentally stimulated for heavy singles. Either way, we got him in a couple of doubles at 440, nothing crazy. Again, just really focused on that foot pressure, trying to load the quad, staying on my toes, and really take advantage of full knee flexion, or as much as I can get within my ankle mobility, right? So anyway, moving on to bench day, day 4. So we hit this 319 as the first single of 3. Again, searching for that RPE 7-8, like pretty straightforward protocol across the board. I was going to go up to 325 after that, or 324, and I thought, I'm just, screw that. We're jumping straight to 330. And I think 330 was actually a pretty good call on the weight here. I feel like that moved RPE 7-8 where you would want it. And I was going to take it again. And then again, I was like, 2.5 kilos won't kill anything. Plus, RPE 7-8, that's about what your opener should be. This was my opening weight last meet, so just basically justified going up a little bit in my mind, although the 330 perfectly would have been just fine to take again. And had a couple back downs at 308. This is, I think they were just singles. And the second one I took the video of at like a weird angle, so just the one there. And then we have our secondary deadlifts, which are just RDLs, 3 sets at 6. I do the first set. It's not programmed as a top set, but obviously if you push it hard, it's going to be a top set. So we did 455 for 6 here. And, the previous week I had done 495. So I intentionally didn't want to push these quite as hard as the previous week going into it, because I had my heaviest deadlift of the prep 2 days afterwards. And I'm trying to be very intentional with a lot of my movements, basically all of them, but especially on something like this. I'm just thinking, keep your toes down, find that toe pressure. I just want to execute these movements to the best of their ability. And I feel really good about my RDLs now, and I think that it's really translating into my deadlift. Deadlift's been feeling super good. Just gotten better at hinging, which I think might intuitively make make me think, at least, that I'm just getting better at loading my hamstrings, and that's what's translating to my deadlift, which is probably true, but I think that because I'm loading my hamstrings properly, I'm not relying so much on my low back to finish the movement. And just overall, I'm just balancing it out, right? Like I'm using my quads more off the floor when I'm doing the competition deadlift. I went on this last set, decided I was going to try to do it without straps. And I did it, but I'm clearly rushing. And while I feel a lot stronger without straps personally, I don't think that was the best decision. But anyways, that's it for this week. We'll catch you on the next one.